Hello everyone and welcome back to NeoBurgh. So last time we made our connection here from NeoBurgh straight through to Dover and then onwards to Shildon and through to Winsford. So this is quite a momentous occasion. I realise actually I didn't name this using the conventions, so there we go. Private train. Public Transport Rail Crossburg Express 01. So this is coming down to Winsford, and in this particular episode we are going to be connecting in Winsford to the rest of the cities via a tram network around Winsford. Now this is going to be a little bit trickier to do because Winsford isn't really a typical shape. It's sort of between a river and a lake, and also the mountain up here. So it's actually quite hemmed in. But we'll try our best, that's for sure. So I think if we were to do a route anywhere, it would probably be one here, and then coming up this way. So we probably need a road or a connection around here. Coming up here, connection there, then probably come across the road, the main road here, going up towards the edge of Winsford up here, coming down slightly, maybe even having a main stop here and another one here. We've got to provide a few decent connections for the main routes through, and then that one should cover most of this area. It only really goes up to there though, so that's something to keep an eye on. The only problem is I don't know whether we could potentially go through here. This one comes up to this point and this one definitely overlaps that, so that's good. We potentially need to come out this way. In fact, I won't put one there, I'll put one further back, somewhere like here. So then hopefully that will cover these areas pretty well. So we need to do a route round there, and I think what we'll do is a connection in down here. And the difficult thing is it's not really connecting to this rail connection here, so we might have to do something a little bit different. Maybe even do sort of a connection halfway up, then put some roads between them. Too much slope. That's a connection there. I don't think we'll be using this part for the trams, so I'm going to take that connection out, but it's definitely worthwhile having a connection there for all the passengers that come up here. We'll mirror it here and then do the trams coming out up here. We'll do a pass through. And then the roads will be coming up this way, through, and then up. then we want to go through here. Oh, actually, we want to go down this way. Let's just turn off, there we go, trams, so that they can only really go one way. And then we just need to upgrade these other routes to be trams. Down this section of road, down this part. And then that should have a decent amount of overlap for these stops as they work their way through. And then we've also got a little bit of redundancy here, just in case it builds out this way and we don't notice, it's still connected into the lanes down here. So if we put in our first line coming up this way, and then it'll come back down. And if we do another route through, that'll connect down here. Cool. So we've got our train line in. We now have our tram lines for Winslow. I'm just going to come over here and pinch the naming. So for Winslow going this way, it's counterclockwise. Sorry, it's Winsford, not Winslow. Got too many place names in my head. Winsford. And then if we do this other one, it's Winsford clockwise. Cool. So we'll need some trams. Probably the easiest spot really to put one in, a tram depot. Oh, we could do here. This would be really good actually. It'd be like a little circular route round the tram depot. Whoops. There we go. What we'll do is we will smooth this out a little bit. Just bring that back up around. And then we need to make this little section trams as well. And then we've got that going down. So if we buy a couple of these, pop one on the counterclockwise, one on the clockwise, then they'll start to do their thing. And now we come to the interesting part, which is to actually put in the connection for the main line here. And we actually have a pretty good connection down to some depots here. So we might as well make use of that. If we connect in, maybe come across like so. And then split out like this. And then that way things can go through however they want. Put double slip switch in so that things can come back that way. So we probably want a fast train such as the dual stocks, or maybe even an ice one. Now, I don't know whether there's really going to be enough transport potential to warrant having an ice one. I think we'll go with the dual stocks because I don't think that we'll have enough of enough demand there to warrant it, if I'm honest. So we'll put in the dual stocks, have that come through, and then that will be going from Burgh Marsh through to Winsford via Dover and Shildon. So hopefully we will start to see passengers come down here at Winsford South to use that. We're going to have to remove this lot because we are most likely going to be coming through this way with the train line, and then potentially going up to Maplethorpe, Tolaw. Tolaw is actually larger than I realised. So Tolaw is just below Winsford in size. Maplethorpe and Sutton, which to be fair looks a fair size, isn't as large as Tolaw, which is quite interesting actually. I thought that Maplethorpe and Sutton was comparable to Tolaw, but it's not. Same with West Ham. West Ham isn't really that large, despite it having some of its demands not necessarily fulfilled, but met. So there's definitely some interesting things at play there. And I'm hoping that with time, we might be able to grow some of these other cities that I'm hoping will have some decent connections through to them. One of them being from Littlehampton down to West Ham. So that will need to most probably go underneath the rest of everything else because we've got one of our biggest cargo connections here. We've got depots, we've got harbours. Although to be fair, this harbour is probably needing to be removed because the line is now redundant. We no longer use that line. So, goodbye. We knew you too well. This one, again, is relatively useless. So we're going to have to remove these harbours now. It's a massive shame because these are some of the first things that we really started off with, but they have really run their course. They've done what they've needed to, and hopefully the train lines that we've put in place will fulfill exactly what they've been doing, if not better, for the past however many years we've been playing, like a long time. Well, in-game years, that is, of course. So yeah, that is a bit of a momentous occasion, having the different lines connecting, and actually these ones I don't think are needed anymore. Green Ilkley, this one's pretty much redundant. So that's one big cargo area removed. the lines here, where were these going? Ah, so these now deliver directly down here. Okay. I don't know whether that one's really needed, considering we have a direct connection to the train just there. Sending... How is it sending 2 and only 75% is transported? What, are we sending 1.5? Like, what's... How is that possible? Anyway, I'm not going to question it too much. We could probably remove this link if this one wasn't actually connected. Right, we've got grain here, which is going up to this point and then going through to different places. Looks like the NeoBurgh gondola line is taking things through both directions. So we could probably put another train on that one quite reliably, actually. Where does it come through to on this side? It's not there. It goes down to here. Okay. Well, maybe instead of these delivering down here, we could deliver them to maybe even just this train station. Take it straight up here. That way it can come down to where then it will go down to the main breadbasket of NeoBurgh. So let's go ahead and just alter this slightly. Don't want tram tracks, thank you. Let's put an exit on... That's the wrong side. Put an exit on this side. Have the road circle around. Oh, that is actually a lot more steep than I was anticipating. Or a lot steeper, I should say. Okay, maybe we'll flip them back round and just have them go in at this point. In fact, this point would be closer to the destination. So why not put it in on this side? Exit here. Oh, I did it again. Two on the right hand side. Exit there. Road connection here. Too much slope. Come on, man. Work with me on this. Not against me. So if we... Maybe we could flip it up and put it... This one be the main one and that one be the secondary. Down here and then up here. We would literally just want to be delivering to this point. Maybe we could have a little turnaround. Road. And maybe we could put that on the turnaround road so that it doesn't affect the main traffic through this area. Not that there is much. put this in. We're going to be effectively changing this hugely. So the green is now going to be, what is this? King's Road. This one is now going to be Ilkley West. And then they're going to be bringing that this way. We want them to fill up and take that through. They're loading up on grain and emptying it again. Loading up on grain and emptying it again at King's Road. Cool. That's one less maintenance cost that we have to put in. That's good. And then hopefully we have the gondola. Yeah, the gondola lines are stopping here, so that's positive. Hopefully it'll mean that we'll have more things to pick up from here. I don't know where we're getting the ore from, other than down here potentially, but I don't know how. Yeah, the ore, I don't know where the ores come from, but anyway, it's there. It's feeding into the main interlink connections a little bit more. I mean, this gondola line is going to be busy, like really busy. Not necessarily there, but here. Look at all this ore, grain, coal that's waiting to go somewhere. Actually, there's a hell of a lot of oil here. Maybe we put another vehicle on there, but again, I don't know how much use that's going to do. Is this going to the gondola line? It is. Why is it trying to go through from here? I doubt that's ever really going to make it, but hey ho. Looks like it might. You never know. The more that we get these moving, the better, because it means that we'll get more produce to the oil refinery and the oil fuel refinery. So that's good. How's this doing? Oh, look at that. 72 people waiting to go to Dover. Dover train station puppen. Station puppen. I've misspelt Dover train station this whole time. Why did no one tell me? I'm sorry if you're pretty angry and have been writing comments for the past 20 episodes or so. We fix our problems now. This is where we move forward and leave the train station and go forward with a normal train station. But it looks like the Dover line is actually really popular, going down to Burgh Marsh. Burgh Marsh is really popular to go through to Dover, Upper Shildon, and even Winsford. So that, I would say, is quite the success, quite frankly. Hopefully we're going to have some really good connections coming through here. And this is just the start of it. So watch this space. We are trying to roll out public transport to where it's needed. And by Job, it really deserves it here. So if we look at places that have quite a lot of private transport but no public transport, West Ham is the next largest city, or at least it's got a lot of private transport. So that, to me, seems like there's a lot of potential for putting in private transport through here. So next in line it would be St Chester Penwith. Oh, interesting. And Maplethorpe and Sutton. And then we've got Southwold, Kesgrave, Ilkeston, Loughton, Tolaw, Helsham, and Knaresborough. Knaresborough is actually one of the lowest, which doesn't surprise me considering it's really out by itself. I think if we put in some decent connections for public transport for Knaresborough, it will really benefit from having some good connections there. And I mean, you never know, we might actually need to put in something other than trains. So that could be airplanes, but don't quote me on that. Because at the moment, we only really have like a few cities out this way. We got Loughton out this way. Maybe we could connect in Ilkley down here. Ilkley, Swindon even. You know, like up here there's a few because we got Southwold, Helsham. We got Tring over here. We got Kesgrave over here and Winsford just down from here. So a airport up here would do quite well actually, I think, because it would be slap bang right where a number of cities need it. In fact, over here is almost like made for it. So potentially that could be a thing. We could put in a connection down to somewhere here. Possibly as much as we can avoiding the cities that are nearby, because obviously we don't want to affect them. But you know, this is a dawn of a new public transport era for NeoBurgh, and quite frankly, it's been a long time in the making, because I've been meaning to do it for a fair while, but we just haven't quite got around to it. So I'm gonna stop blabbering on. I'm going to thank you for watching this episode. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think with your thumbs. If your thumbs don't quite cut it and you'd like to let me know with a comment, then please do. But other than that, please remember to subscribe if you enjoyed, so that you can find out when the next episodes are coming out as soon as they do. But other than that, have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. We've got a connection to Winsford! Woo!